In this next video, we are going to learn about the essential characteristics of sovereignty. So this module is about sovereignty. We are studying from module 1, Political Science, first year BA LLB. Sovereignty is the supreme authority. There is nothing above the state. State is the highest authority. So sovereignty is the supreme authority of the state to rule and govern itself without any external interference. It is what makes the state a legal and political authority over its people and territory. The concept of sovereignty is central to the understanding of modern statehood. Now, to better understand this idea of sovereignty, we must explore the essential characteristics of sovereignty, that is, its key features that define and distinguish it from other forms of power or authority. So, what are the essential characteristics of sovereignty? First is supremacy. Sovereignty is the highest power within the state. No individuals, groups, or institutions is above the sovereign authority. It is final and absolute, meaning all laws and commands flow from it. One thing to remember here is that state is a concept, state is an idea. Government represents the state. State is absolute, and the will of the state happens through the elected government. The Indian Parliament is the supreme legislative body. Its laws apply across the entire country. There is absoluteness, which means that the sovereign is absolute, meaning it is not subject to any legal limitations. Since it is the law-making authority, it cannot be subjected to the law because the state obeys its own law. A sovereign state obeys its own law. The sovereign can make or change any law without needing approval from any higher power because there is no other higher power than the state, than the sovereign. However, in modern democratic states, this absolute power is often balanced by constitutions, human rights, and judicial review. So, we still have to understand when we say absolute means within the legal bounds of the law. The laws can be created, can be enforced, keeping the human rights, the constitution in mind, and of course judicial review. For example, in a monarchy, the king may be the absolute ruler, whereas in a democracy, sovereignty is limited by the constitution and the public will. Third feature of sovereign state is permanence. Sovereignty is a permanent feature of the state. Governments may change through elections or revolutions, but sovereignty remains with the state. It does not end with a regime or leadership change. India remained a sovereign state even when the government changed from Congress to BJP. Next is universality. This is one of the features of a sovereign state. Sovereignty applies to all individuals, institutions, and associations within the territory of the state, which means no one is exempt from the law and authority of the sovereign. It covers every area of the life: social, political, economic, and legal. Example, all citizens, regardless of their class or status, are subjected to the same laws. Inalienability. Sovereignty cannot be transferred, divided, or given away permanently. A sovereign state may delegate certain powers temporarily, but it cannot surrender its sovereignty. It is an inseparable attribute of the state. India can give special status to regions like J&K in the past, but it does not give up sovereignty over them. Indivisibility. Sovereignty is indivisible, meaning it cannot be split between different authorities. The authority of the state must be unified and consistent. In federal states and systems, power is shared, but ultimate sovereignty still lies with the constitution or the people. Example: though India has central and state governments, sovereignty lies with the Indian constitution, which is supreme. Originality. Sovereignty is not derived from any other power. It originates from the state itself. It is the source of all other forms of legal authority and power within the state. The Indian Constitution is the original source of authority for all institutions, legislative, executive, and judiciary. So, to conclude, sovereignty is what gives the state its independent identity and supreme authority. Its key characteristics: supremacy, absoluteness, permanence, universality, and inalienability. Inalienability, indivisibility, and originality makes it the most fundamental concept in political science. These traits, these characteristics helps us appreciate how the state functions, how laws are made, and why the state has the ultimate authority over its citizens and territory. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye bye.